All right. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's Wednesday webinar. We're joined today by Ruth McCartney for exploring Musicplay Online publications, awesome ostinatos, and songs for choir. Take it away, Ruth. I'm excited to hear what you've got to say.
I've just realized that the title is incorrect because it was going to be awesome ostinatos and songs for choirs, but as you will discover part of the way through, I realized that there is so much in awesome ostinato that there wasn't space for two books. So songs for choirs is later. So apologies for that. So, my name is Ruth McCartney and Happy New Year. I'm a white woman. I identify as female. I have dark hair, wearing glasses, and today I'm wearing pinks and purples to brighten up all this dull weather that we've got over here. I'm in England, and as Musicplay is a Canadian company, this webinar is happening live late afternoon in the UK. So good afternoon for anyone in England or the UK, and good morning to those in Canada. In this webinar, I'm going to look at just one publication, after all, Awesome Ostinato, and explain how I've used some of the material in my own workshops. I'm not in a position to teach class lessons in schools anymore, but I am fortunate still to be able to teach individual students, and I run York Kadai Choir, which is where I've used some of the material from this and other Musicplay Online books. Hopefully, today this webinar will introduce you to Awesome Ostinato. I've practiced saying that because I keep saying it. Awesome, and my mouth goes, Awesome Ostinato. What an amazing resource. And maybe there'll be something to inspire everyone to try with their singers in the classroom and with their choirs. Today's learning objectives are to introduce the Awesome Ostinato digital resource, explore Awesome Ostinato's musicianship activities, and look at how I used the material in an adult workshop of York Kadai Choir. I chose this book, Totally Unseen, literally because of its title, and I'm absolutely delighted with it. It contains short, easy to learn songs and a lot of material to develop musicianship. It's what I hoped for, but an awful lot more. My plan was to review two books in this webinar, as I said, but the more I looked at it, the more I realized that it can't share a webinar with anything else. For me, the layout's fantastic. Just what I need. Front cover, I'll just pick it up from down here. Front cover is bright, colourful, so I can find it on my shelf. And while the word ostinato was the word that attracted me, it's the rest of it that makes the book worth its weight in gold. I could have picked it up for its musicianship, its solfa, its notation, its rhythm, improvising, or even for the ostinato patterns, which is how it is advertised. It's a classic case of don't judge a book by its cover. I'll try that again. Don't judge a book by its cover. And I wish I'd discovered it a long time ago. So the inside is black and white. It's black print, white paper, no fuss, my notes, no fuss, no frills, no cartoon characters, no gimmicks. It's exactly what I like to use to book for teachers and choir leaders, and it doesn't need the coloured images. So there are 18 short, accessible songs in this book. Each song has methodical teaching notes that support good teaching practice and listening skills. It supports and develops the use of solfa. Excuse me. It challenges and develops musicianship using the song as the tool for learning. I am particularly impressed by the diagrams of how to conduct in 2, 3, and 4 time. And this means that the teacher conducting the choir or working within the classroom is learning skills too, as well as teaching musicianship and singing. Personally, I think it's perfect for a teacher whose teaching is influenced by Kadai methodology. The teaching notes probably require some musical experience on behalf of the teacher and knowledge, but for me, it's great. And as I say, I wish I'd found it years ago, and I'll certainly be sharing it and the webinar in the UK. So my plan was to use it in York Kadai Choir because it's exactly what I need. York Kadai Choir is a bi-monthly 2-hour workshop developing individual musicianship through solfa, different materials presented at each session. It can be folk songs, traditional, classical, ensemble songs. The only reason I'm telling you this is to give you a bit of a background as to why it would work in a classroom with a choir in majority of situations. Traditional, classical, ensemble songs, songs that I arrange so that we can explore them in solfa first. So short songs with an ostinato pattern was ideal material for what I needed. The songs and related teaching activities and ideas lend themselves to classroom work and my adult workshops too, because the activities develop singing skills, pitch, listening, ensemble, all the things that we do in a music lesson. But it's all rolled into one. Participant numbers at this choir can be from 5 to 20. It varies every time. So short, focused activities allow for specific solfa and part singing. Each session begins with a warm-up with basic solfa work. So, as I say, I wish I'd had the book earlier on when I was teaching in schools every day. On the inside cover, the word ostinato is our big theme here. The book explains why. Why is an ostinato such a useful teaching tool? An ostinato, and this is from the book straight off. An ostinato is a repeated pattern, and repetition is the best way to practice and learn anything, particularly music learning, music reading skills. An ostinato is a short motif or pattern. Can you tell that the plug of this word ostinato could be one of your quiz questions? With each song, short motifs are not only provided for music reading, but for singers who are also encouraged to improvise. Adding an ostinato or a few ostinati means singing in harmony can be achieved successfully with minimum effort. Great theme of mine as well. Simple is effective, and instant success is very motivating for reluctant music readers. So music classroom lessons or choir time is at a premium. We all try and cram in as much as we possibly can, and every minute is vital for music learning. So a book with short, easy to learn songs, ostinato tools for harmony, musicianship, and singing is basically a gift to a music teacher. So I'll come back to what I did with a few of the songs and how it went within the choir after exploring the resource a little more. Ockle is a singing game, and I will use the notes from the book. The clips on your screen are photographs of what is inside the book. So learn the melody and listen to it several times. So here's our melody.
Ickle, ockle, blue bottle fishes in the sea. If you want a handsome fish, just choose me. Ickle, ockle, blue bottle fishes in the sea. If you want a handsome fish, just choose me.
It then suggests that you play the game. And the actions and characters are explained fairly easily, and it's easy to go to the Musicplay online site to let the children watch the video of the song and play the game. I'm just checking my time now. I've got enough time.
Ickle, ockle, blue bottle fishes in the sea. If you want a handsome fish, just choose me. I got her. All right, Ickle, ockle, blue bottle fishes in the sea. If you want a handsome fish, just choose me. Yes! Yes! Good job, fish. Okay.
And I do find that any class really likes to see other children modeling what they need to do. So I do use the demos. So you could show the meter or the beat, meter of 4, or groups of beats while singing. So let's do this. I'm going to sing it rather than use the melody from the link, but the melody is on there. So my meter here is 4, and I'm showing it here. So the top number tells me that I have 4 beats in a bar or a measure. So I'm going to make the strong beat, the first beat, the strong beat. And that's going to always be a bilateral movement for me. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Ickle, ockle, blue bottle, fishes in the sea, and so on. Could we show rhythm singable? I'll try it again. Could we sing in rhythm syllables? Ready and off we go. Tay, 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 ta. Tay, 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 ta. Tay, 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 ta, 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 ta. All examples of things which will develop musicianship skills. Could you sing the first phrase and clap the rhythm of the second? Ickle, ockle, blue bottle, fishes in the sea. Can you swap it over? Can you do it in canon? I'll borrow the melody again in case we're not sure what a canon is. Canon is which really works well with all of these pentatonic songs, because you don't have any discord, you don't have any clashes. And now, whether the 2-second delay between here and Canada will work, I'm not entirely sure. But a canon means one person starts at a certain time after the first person has started. I'm not going to be specific, just in case the delay isn't quite right as it passes through the internet from here to you. So I'm going to come in second.
Ickle, ockle, blue bottle, fishes in the sea.
Blue bottle, fishes in the sea. If you want to have some fish, just choose me. And you're working in 2 parts straight away. Could you divide your class into 2 parts so that one group starts, the next group comes in, and you're working in parts straight away? That's not an ostinato, that is a canon, where you're singing the whole song. So up till this point, solfa hasn't been mentioned. It's all about singing the song, playing the game, tapping the rhythm, singing in canon. But song notation on the stage does also show the solfa notation. So now that melody and intervals within the song have been experienced and assimilated, the melody is secure, and an ostinato can be added to increase the texture and create harmony. Texture is the layers of sound in a piece. Solfa ostinato is explored orally and explained visually in the book. It's available as examples at the bottom of your slide where it says present and practice. It's also written on a 5-line stave, which is mainly for the teacher's use. Because when using notation, I imagine at this level, solfa will have been fully explored on a 1-line stave, 2-line stave, and a 3-line stave. So if we had this present and practice down here, so, mi, do, mi. If it were on a 2-line stave, so, mi, do, mi. Do's missed slightly, whoops. Or a 3-line stave, so, mi, do, mi. Then the children could read from that and sing from it. So solfa and real note names are written onto the stave, and the children can read the music to sing and play from notation. I'm not going to do every song in this much detail. It's just that there is so much for Ickle, Ockle right at the beginning. So the second page in the book for Ickle, Ockle has 4 assessments. So if we just look at the picture on the right-hand side, followed by a name that tune challenge for the singers, they are then using their knowledge and experience to identify do and name the key of the example. So it's not just sing the song, play the game. There's a lot more to it. There's a very useful diagram also at the start of the book to help find the key and position of do on the stave. Another thing I wish I'd had much earlier in my teaching career to share with children, showing the slide of keys and a movable do. So we know we've got Musicplay online to share and explore first. And when a song's been thoroughly explored and learned as part of a well-planned lesson from the website. This is where I feel Awesome Ostinato comes into its own. It's a book you could use when you revisit a song, so you can bring on a further challenge, develop skills, and extend musicianship and singing skills. So far, I've talked about, for 15 minutes, about the first 2 pages of Ickle, first 2 pages of the book. And that's probably about 50 to 60 minutes of very focused teaching time. However, I think each song and its activities could lend themselves to being developed over a period of few weeks in music lessons. Repetition and revisiting material is the best way to embed learning. And as I said at the beginning, don't judge a book by its cover, and certainly don't judge this one, because there's so much more in it. The complexity of the songs in the book are not listed in progressive difficulty. However, the concepts and knowledge required for the activities is clearly intended to build on previous experience. The next song we're going to look at is number 8 in the book, Go to Sleep. And as usual, we'd learn the song by ear from a lot of repetition. The first track to go with this CD is the melody with an instrumental accompaniment. And for some reason, I haven't put it on the slide. I'd teach it in full by singing it. Go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep and do not cry. I'd then do it in phrases. My turn, your turn. Go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep, my little baby. Go to sleep and do not cry. Go to sleep and do not cry. Now, for some reason, it's disappeared off there. I am going to just go into here and play you. No, I'm not, because it's not there. Right. Interesting. Right. Okay. So when we come to the recordings, I will highlight them afterwards, and there are others where it is actually on the slide where it should have been in the first place. So I'd teach it in full. I'd break it up. My turn, your turn. And each track has an accompaniment with it, or just the melody, or unison singing, or song in solfa. So on each song, there is a set of questions. Now, the sets of questions are here. Compare each of the measures or bars. Which ones are the same? Which ones are different? So what's the structure of the melody? Da, 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 no. Followed by no, 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 no. Is it the same? Is it different? What's the form of the song? Obviously, by looking at it, and you're a teacher, therefore you can work it out, A, 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 B. Can you play it on an instrument? Now, during all our COVID lockdowns, when the instruments couldn't be used, I shared the interactive glockenspiel from Musicplay Online, because we weren't sharing instruments. So it's worth going to Toolbox, clicking on Toolbox, clicking on Virtual Instruments, which will bring up your glockenspiel, and then you can play. Every child can then play it. They can do it by ear. They can do it from reading. Identify the tempo and speed that's best for the song. Largo, adagio, moderato, allegro, presto. If the children aren't familiar with these, go then straight through to the Toolbox, practice. I can't, wait a minute, no, it's not in there. Don't know where that slide's gone. It's disappeared into the ether somewhere. There is an interactive tempo tool inside Musicplay Online Toolbox. It's worth playing it because it really does work with the several different tempo levels with a rhythm pattern. In fact, let's see if we can find it. Tempo Interactive in Toolbox. It is worth having a look at this because it's really good. You choose, and you have the different Italian terms. So let's go for Largo, Andante, Moderato, Allegro, Presto, which is the one that I mentioned. Now, I hope this works. So let's try it Largo in order to feel and experience what the tempo is. Don't know if our timing will be the same. And so on. I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to try it moderato, so that the children then feel and experience the difference in tempo. Okay. So that will take up a little bit of practice time, but then if we went back to here, can they identify the tempo that's right for the song, that feels right? Again, go back to Toolbox, identify the dynamic levels. If they've forgotten what the dynamic levels are, there's an activity to find them. Now, I did mention the conducting slides. On the conducting 1, 2, 3, I've included them all here so that when you're conducting your choir or asking your children to conduct, which is really helpful, 1, 2, or 1, out, up, down, in, out, up. Each one will allow the children to learn to conduct, but also it's really quite useful sometimes for the teachers to learn how to do something else. Not every teacher knows how to conduct. I listened to each recording, supplied with the digital download and the book, to see how it supports the activities suggested for each song in Awesome Ostinato. Each recording is very clear. Some have a unison version, some have a 2-part round, some model an ostinato with the song, some are sung in solfa. The accompaniments are mainly on the piano, with a melody highlighted, and there's also guitar and banjo accompaniments, which is a great way of alternating the character of the accompaniment and the character of the performed song. The addition of classroom percussion accompaniments really allows the learners to hear different possibilities, and that might just inspire them to accompany their song in a different way in the classroom. There is another sheet of these as well. Our next song, Alabama Girl, for some obscure reason, I haven't got the bit that I need on here. Sorry, I'm just going to go and find it because I do need them. Awesome ostinato. Right. Our next song, Alabama Girl, can be found on Musicplay online. And there is also a demo of the game. So if we listen to the accompanying recordings that go with Alabama Girl in Awesome Ostinato, you'll hear the different accompaniments. 9, number 1. So that's accompaniment only. Here we've got the song sung with an accompaniment alternating between a gentle character and a more rousing character of accompaniment. Open, please, and play. No, don't do that. There we are.
You don't know how, you don't know how, you don't know how, Alabama girl.
recordings are really good quality. You can get exactly what you need from them. You can hear the words. Oh no, don't show me how. I don't need that at the moment, but thank you. Right. So the next song I'm going to touch on. That's what it was supposed to look like on the other ones, is Let's Catch the Rooster. The activities that are written in the book are here. Let's listen first to the instrumental melody and the accompaniment, which gives a complete picture of the song. Okay. You can hear the melody all the way through. So then we'll listen to the song and listen to it as a round. All of these come as separate tracks.
Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. He'll no longer sing doodle-doo, doodle-doo. He'll no longer sing doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. He'll no longer sing doodle, yes, let's do. He'll no longer sing doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. Let's catch a rooster, yes, let's do. He'll no longer sing doodle, yes, let's do. He'll no longer sing doodle-doo, doodle-doo. He'll no longer sing doodle-doo, doodle-doo.
There are 18 songs in total with activities in the book. And at the back of the book, there's a listening exercise for the Viennese musical clock. The Viennese musical clock excerpt is found in the listening resource kit, level 3, on Musicplay Online. And simple ostinato patterns are supplied for singing along with this piece of instrumental work. The form and structure of the excerpt is discussed and an explanation of the rondo form. Now, we've had the first half. This is the second half. Just to mention, Musicplay Online is fully aware and have said that future edits will happen on the book in the future. But there are 3 songs which just need a quick mention at the moment, as adjustments to the resource weren't possible to be changed before this webinar. But Musicplay Online is aware of them, and they'll address them with the book in the future. So Little Eyes Jane, on the second recording, there is a changed note in the recording. It should be an E, but it's a G. And it's different printed notation in the book. The other one is Ilfra's Castle, which is not on the Musicplay Online website, but it is part of this book. And verse 2 isn't printed. Also, the word river printed in the book. The choir sings water, and there isn't an anacrusis for each phrase in the chorus. Last one is a closet key. It's sung on the recording, but there aren't any song words printed for verse 2. But I'm sure we can, considering how the rest of the book is so marvelous, these are small things, but just to be aware of it. So the learning focus for each song is different. Progressive and definitely cumulative, building upon and using pre-learned skills, knowledge and experience. So for me, this keeps the learning fresh and interesting. And it also keeps it interesting for the teacher. So you're not doing exactly the same thing every time. Great way to reinforce knowledge and practical skills. So would I want, if I wanted a game, something with a game, would I choose Rain Come Wet Me? Probably not, because I need something with a game. So I could use Ickle, Ockle. I could use Now We'll Make the Rafters Ring. I could use Alabama Gal or Shake Them Simmons Down. Now, if I want a game where we can improvise or we can compose something, I could do Shake Them Simmons Down, which is a game and there's a bit of composing. But I've actually really wanted something with instruments, so maybe I could use the instructions in the book for Go to Sleep. So I've gone through and checked on what the learning is for each song. In my opinion, I'm quite sure you could do far more as well. So I've looked at the resource and checked what can take place, but the best part of it is the singing and the experience of ensemble singing. So singing in parts using ostinato is an easy way to make it sound good, simple and effective, and keeps up the motivation and engagement. The songs are short, easy to learn, accessible in pitch, vocal range and intervals, allowing for fast-paced learning and keeping everyone engaged. So let's now look at the French song Alouette, which, there we are, is about a little lark. Slightly gruesome, I think, possibly if you sing it in English. It's about plucking different parts of the bird's body out. But if you sing it in French and try and avoid that bit, maybe. So again, easy to learn, but a harder song to work on. So the chorus is learned orally first, and all the activities are focusing on dynamics and dynamic contrast, conducting, and tempo. The two accompanying tracks are of the melody and accompaniment. Let's just go into here. Alouette. Jolly accompaniment, lots of character. You can hear the melody easily. And where the song comes with the singing in it, it's really impressive. The diction is superb. And I wonder if that, maybe because it's in French, it's going to have such good diction.
Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je ne sais plus meurer. Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je ne sais plus meurer. Je ne sais plus meurer la tête, je ne sais plus meurer la tête, et la tête, et la tête. Alouette, alouette, oh, alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je ne sais plus meurer. Alouette, gentille alouette, alouette, je ne sais plus meurer.
So I've used some of the awesome ostinato songs with my Kadai choir. As I said, it's an adult musicianship choir that runs every other month with different material each time we meet. And the aim of the choir is to improve musicianship through solfa and singing, giving experience of different genre in song ensemble, both in solfa and in lyrics. So awesome ostinato, perfect book for what I needed. Now in September, we used Scotland's Burning, Rain Can Wet Me, and Chairs to Mend. And in November, we used the Canoe Song. Now, Scotland's Burning was interesting because we usually in the UK sing London's Burning, and that has a metre of 3. So it was a bit of a steep learning curve for us all, singing a familiar melody, but in 2 time, in a metre of 2. So let's listen to the song. Which is the melody, then in unison, and then a round. So we've got the feel of the song now in 2 time. Let's listen to it sung.
Scotland's burning, Scotland.
we'd revised rhythm time names as part of the workshop warm-up. In order to sing in rhythm time names, we needed to identify pulse and meter. So the more advanced singers in the group created rather complicated ostinato in their pairs. They're doing them in pairs so that when you sing them, you've got somebody else to sing with. And they sang while the group sang their song. My lesson plan from the book, I have to be really careful because I was trying to keep it exactly as it said in the book, because I do tend to shoot off in different directions. Something happens and go, oh, let's try that. So I did stick with the plan from the book so that I could try it out for real. Everyone challenged themselves. Everyone performed their own ostinato against the song. Finally, I sang the song and everybody else did their own ostinato simultaneously, which created quite a thick texture, which is layers of sound. And it was done with fairly confident singers, but there were 2 to a part to guarantee that each ostinato didn't get lost. The other song we sang was Rain Come Wet Me. At first, I sang only the third phrase as it appears in the music here. So, me, so, but obviously higher because there's a clef. And so we'll just have a quick listen to the melody. So the singers then improvised their own version of the third phrase in pairs. And as we went round, we'd all sing the song and a pair would improvise something else in phrase 3. The singers identified the solfa, sang the whole song in solfa, and include their own improvised third phrase. But they did find it a lot easier to sing, oh, wet me, so dry me, so, or whatever, and put the third phrase in solfa and not do all of it in solfa. That just kept doing strange things. So we decided it was easier to sing the first, second, and fourth phrase in song lyrics, and then improvise in solfa and solfege on the third phrase. But I imagine a lot of people could do the whole thing in solfege and improvise at the same time. So we sang it to finish the activity with everyone singing the song in lyrics and their improvised third phrase, which actually sounded great because everyone was doing something different in it. And we didn't transfer it to instruments, which is what it suggested in the book to do, because Kadai choir is for singers. The other song we did is Chairs to Mend. And this again was my lesson plan, literally word for word from the book. And I was very strict in trying to stay with it. So as suggested in the book, I taught it orally, oral repetition only, which again goes back to how useful it is having short, simple songs. Finding the beat, identifying the meter, tapping the beat of the first beat of the bar with a bilateral down movement or motion for the first beat, because that is the strong beat. Tapping the knees, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the singers drew the phrases while I sang. At that point, everybody had joined in. So we discussed melodic shape with each phrase and drew the shape in the air. So we would have chairs to mend, oh, chairs to mend. No, 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 no. They were not looking at the music. It was all done orally, as suggested in the book. Some of my singers decided when they were going to create their own melodic ostinato, they needed to write it down. Fine. And some worked it out orally and kept it as an oral activity. So after composing different types of ostinati, both rhythmic and melodic, we put everything we'd done into the song into a structured performance of unison singing around, and then half singing with an ostinato there, half singing with an ostinato over there, and then sang it in unison together, which made a complete performance of a short song. The canoe song, again, sticking with exactly what it says in the book. As with all these fabulous activities, I tend to work orally with my Kodály choir, but the accompaniment tracks for the canoe song are great. They're really good. So just listen to the accompaniment first. I'm trying to give you a complete picture of the book as much as I possibly can. You'll love it as much as I do. Again, different character to the accompaniment. I like the variation in each accompaniment track. Some are sung in unison, some model the songs around, some have the song sung in solfa, some have the piano melody only, some an instrumental accompaniment with the piano highlighted. It's different. Nothing is the same all the way through. It's really good. Have I convinced you yet?
My paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, follow the wild goose flight, dip, dip and swing. My paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, paddles keen and bright, dashing with silver, paddles keen and bright, dashing with silver, paddles keen and bright, flashing with silver, follow the wild goose flight, dip, dip and swing.
So, as I said, this book, Awesome Ostinato, I can say it properly now, is so much more than a book of songs with an ostinato thrown in to add some texture. It's not that. I hope you'll try this book as a hard copy or a digital version for yourself. It's thorough, it's clear, there's not much in the way of activities and added. There's not too much, let me just put that sentence right. There's not too much in the way of activities that is overwhelming. There are enough of activities, ideas, suggestions, added information for the song. There's enough to engage everyone at a low level and also develop those who benefit from a challenge. My advice, buy it. Get Awesome Ostinato. It's full of great ideas. I mean, it's Denise Gagne at her best. You know, it's a small, simple thing with the world in terms of what you can do with the book. I've really enjoyed reviewing the book. It's full of great ideas. It'll add some variation to your teaching. So thank you, Musicplay Online. I've had a very good time reviewing this book. And I'm even on time. So
all right, amazing.
Green. And go
perfect.
back to that one.
Thank you so much, Ruth. I did just want to mention to everyone that this book is available on our store site. If you do look up Awesome Ostinato on store.musicplay.ca. And the nice thing is, as Ruth mentioned, it is available as a download edition, so you don't have to pay for any shipping if you do want it and don't live somewhere where shipping is an option, is what I'll say.
Like England.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's some, as Ruth had mentioned, some really fantastic materials in here. I do have one question for you, and it's about a specific activity that you had included in Go to Sleep. I know you'd mentioned the conducting patterns and things like this, and this is more of a tangential question, not so much about Go to Sleep, but I'm curious, when do you typically start introducing conducting patterns to your students?
Well, as soon as we were as soon as no backups, however, let's just get rid of that. As soon as we talk about meter, because we talk about, I said, well, what's the meter? And they go, oh, I don't know what meter is. And I said, well, what do you do with a meter stick? Measure, right? So you're measuring this, so you're measuring the other. And I quite often in my schools would have had an orchestra, an ensemble, or a choir or something. And they assume, that a conductor just goes, and it all happens like magic. And so quite often we talk about meter and then say, well, this is a way to do it. It is something that I would have done as children come into assembly. Can you conduct this today? Are you conducting the right way? Sorry, my hand's disappearing off the screen. Down, up, or your last beat is out, and so on. When we're talking about meter, I do, like I say, always have a bilateral for the first beat, in the same way that if we're doing Dalcroze activities and you're moving about to the beat and you walk and stamp the first beat's really important. When do I introduce it? Depends on the context. With I can't remember the song. Go to sleep, that one. Dum dum bum bum bottom. Why did I put the 3 time on there? That's 4. There's an incorrect slide. Don't send the slides out. I might just fix it before it goes. It literally depends. With children aged 7 upwards, we'd learn how to conduct a song while we're singing it. And it means that they have more chance of practicing the song, and I can tell whether they've assimilated beat, because quite often it takes a while. They get rhythm straight away because it's linked to speech, and that's much easier. But the beat sometimes is harder, sometimes not. Does that sort of answer the question? It depends on what you're teaching.
For sure. But it definitely does answer the question. That is the only question that we've got here. So before we finish up, I do just want to add a little plug about our summer conference this year. It is in July, Sing Dance Play 2026. We are offering of course, in-person option in Arlington, Virginia, but we are offering a live stream version as well for all of our attendees who are not local, don't want to travel, all that kind of stuff. So we are offering that as a live stream option as well. It's from July 10th to 12th, 2026. And the live stream will be happening during our live in-person sessions as well. I do want to just plug the live stream in, since I think a lot of people who will be watching this will not be local to Virginia. So that live stream is $100. You get everything you need with that one purchase price. It's 15 hours of professional development, plus potentially some really cool bonus sessions. I won't tell you what those are right now, but I do just want to plant that seed. For those of you who watch this, there might just be some bonus content when you sign up. So you can always take a look at that at musicplay.ca, as well as our workshop site. And you can see that there, as well as if you check out our Facebook and Instagram, you'll see all of the links to those events there. We're getting very excited about it. And I'll be there. So, if you want to see me, come along and join. But yeah, I would be remiss if I didn't.
Shall we go? My husband did actually say, "Shall we go? Shall we have a holiday in Canada and go?" I'm not sure he believed that he meant it, but yeah.
But yeah, it's a nice time to visit. Perfect. Well, in that case, Ruth, I will let you go. Thanks again for everyone who joined us today, who's watching. It's been lovely. We'll see you at our next Wednesday webinar.